Welcome to Global CEO Business Week. Welcome to the 5th edition of Global CEO Business Week, bringing you leadership insights, global shifts, and the excellence shaping tomorrow's business world. Headlines. Central Expressway constructions resumes as President pledges national transformation. EDB and Germany's IPD expand export cooperation. Global investors spotlight Sri Lanka's startup ecosystem. The Talent Suite highlights Sri Lanka's talent future. Sri Lanka unveils major transport upgrades. Global growth outlook edges higher. Asia leads the way. Sri Lanka's manufacturing and service sectors continue to grow in August. CBSL reports overnight rates at 7.86 to 7.87.
What if banking is as flexible as your lifestyle? Access all your banking needs anytime, anywhere with BOC Flex. Secure biometric access, quick self-registration, customizable themes and widgets, online account opening, flexible fixed deposits with instant loans, seamless payments and multiple fund transfers. Your bank is now just a tap away. It's time to flex your life with BOC Flex. Download the app today.
Central Expressway constructions resumes as President pledges national transformation. President Anurukumara Dissanayake launched construction of the Central Expressway from Kadawatha to Mirugava, pledging completion by 2028 with support from China. He highlighted near 5% GDP growth, $7 billion reserves, and $1 billion FDIs as signs of recovery. The president announced major public sector salary hikes, vowed to dismantle crime and drug networks, and stressed zero tolerance for corruption, framing the expressway as a symbol of national transformation. EDB and Germany's IPD expand export cooperation. The Sri Lankan Export Development Board and Germany's Import Promotion Desk will sign a cooperation agreement to extend support for digital products and services alongside natural ingredients and processed foods. Since 2019, their partnership has strengthened the SME competitiveness, created EU market linkages, and promoted women-led enterprises. ADB Chairman Mangala Vijayasinghe and IPD Head Dr. Julia Bellinghausen said the expanded cooperation will open sustainable European market opportunities, build SME capacity, and enhance institutional expertise through advisory, training, and matchmaking initiatives. Global investors spotlight Sri Lanka's startup ecosystem. Sri Lanka's startup ecosystem is gaining global attention as over 35 international investors and speakers join the Venture Engine Finale and Disrupt Asia conference. Experts say scaling venture funding to 0.1% of GDP is key to fostering innovation, competitiveness, and economic growth. The Talent Suite highlights Sri Lanka's talent future. The Talent Suite, organized by Career 141 in Colombo, gathered corporate leaders and HR professionals to shape Sri Lanka's talent story. Chief guest Rolf Blazer, CEO of a bar and company, said people must remain the #1 priority, investing in employees through retention, culture, and innovation ensures sustainable growth.
So when we tried this the first time, we had a lot of resistance actually. Initially everybody liked it, but then when the manager have to draft this chart, they say, yeah, but for my job I cannot do this. So we ask why? They say, no, I can. If I define exactly what is required for my job, then people think they're entitled now. If they fulfill that, they have the right to get that particular job.
Marking Career 141's 20 years journey, director Azamusham Ansaruddin noted that this has always been a cause, not just a business. We aim to build platforms that connect Sri Lankan talent with the global opportunities.
Concept of taking a concern of a company or a concern of an individual to a next level of aspiration is where Career 141, I believe, made a difference.
An expert C-suite panel featured Surani Amarasinghe of London Stock Exchange Group, Ashan Ransilige of Link Natural Products, Sumudu Tantrikara of Malibin Group, Enoka Dyers of Virtusa, Ain Shah Jahan of EYGDS and Ajmal Hussain of Demo. Sri Lanka unveils major transport upgrades. President Anura Kumara Dissanayake recently launched 2 landmark projects under the Clean Sri Lanka program. Rupees 425 million redevelopment of the Colombo Central Bus Terminal, its first complete upgrade in 60 years, and the renovation of Maradana Railway Station. Both initiatives aim to modernize transport hubs, enhance public services and support tourism and economic growth through safer, accessible and sustainable infrastructure. Global growth outlook edges higher. Asia leads the way. Global growth is forecast at 3.0% in 2025, with Asia leading the way. China and India are set for a 6.4% growth, while Sri Lanka targets 4 to 5% growth. Inflation is easing, though global risks remain. Sri Lanka's manufacturing and service sectors continue to grow in August. Sri Lanka's manufacturing and services sector continued to grow in August 2025, the central bank reports. The manufacturing PMI reached 55.2, supported by food and beverages, while service PMI rose to 68.9, driven by tourism, trade and financial services. Business confidence remains positive for the months ahead. CBSL reports overnight rates at 7.86 to 7.87. The Central Bank of Sri Lanka says the overnight money market rates averaged 7.86% in the coal market and 7.87% in the repo market on 15 September. Total transactions amounted 133.4 billion rupees.
Leadership and innovation. One platform brings them all together. Empowering leadership. Inspiring excellence. Global CEO Magazine. Lead, Learn, Rise.
Time now for our banking and finance segment.
Union Assurance pioneers digital health in insurance. Union Assurance has partnered with Flash Health to introduce free monthly online doctor consultations via its ClickLife app. This industry's first innovation integrates healthcare into life insurance, redefining customer engagement and enhancing access to convenient, technology-driven well-being solutions. Pan Asia Bank partners with Haley Solar. Pan Asia Bank has signed an MOU with Haley Solar to offer special loan packages for solar and battery solutions. The partnership aims to promote affordable clean energy adaptation, helping customers to reduce electricity costs and support the national sustainability goals.
Bank of Ceylon launches Sri Lanka's first biodegradable banking card. Bank of Ceylon has introduced Sri Lanka's first biodegradable banking card made from corn-based polylactic acid and industrially compostable. Assistant General Manager Sustainable Banking Surekha Kulasekara said the card reflects BOC's commitment to sustainability, offering customers an eco-friendly alternative to traditional plastic cards. ICC Sri Lanka hosts 4th International Arbitration and Mediation Conference. The ICC Sri Lanka Arbitration and Mediation Hearing Centre, together with the International Chamber of Commerce, Sri Lanka, recently held its 4th International Arbitration and Mediation Conference in Colombo. Leading figures including Shanil Fernando, the chairman of ICC Sri Lanka, Alexander G. Fezas, the Secretary General of ICC International, Datu Judy Benny, eminent arbitrator and mediator from Singapore, Tejas Chauhan, Director of Arbitration ADR South Asia, Rajiv Amarasuriya, President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, Justice Yasantako Dagota of the Supreme Court addressed the gathering of legal experts.
I present this empirical evidence, somewhat embarrassingly I must say, but for the purpose of inviting all of you to cause a paradigm shift with regard to how we view the multiple dispute resolution mechanisms. During the last week, I conducted a very brief summary survey about the prevailing situation with regard to resolution of commercial disputes through litigation. And for this purpose, due to the limitations of time, what I did was to select the last 10 judgments delivered by the Supreme Court arising out of judgments of the Commercial High Court in Colombo relating to obviously commercial dispute. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, the data set that was collected. I've computed the date on which the original action was filed in the Commercial High Court, the date on which the corresponding judgment was delivered by the Commercial High Court, the date on which the petition of appeal was filed, and as you know, from a final judgment of the Commercial High Court, the appeal lies to the Supreme Court, and therefore the date of the delivery of the Supreme Court judgment. The last 10 judgments that I looked at, all 10 pertaining to commercial disputes. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the embarrassing outcome. The time taken for the completion of a trial in the Commercial High Court, an average of 5 years. Time taken for the determination of the appeal, that is from the date of filing of the petition of appeal to the date of delivery of the corresponding judgment by the Supreme Court, 10, which means the complete cycle of judicial adjudication has consumed a staggering 16 years.
The conference focused on enhancing dispute resolution mechanisms, strengthening arbitration and mediation frameworks, and fostering international collaboration. Participants discussed global trends in mediation, the evolving role of alternative dispute resolution in commercial conflicts, and Sri Lanka's position as a hub for arbitration in South Asia. The event underscored the need for capacity building, rule refinement, and impartiality in resolving cross-border disputes.
CEP is seen as key to unlocking Sri Lanka-UAE trade growth. Sri Lanka Business Council UAE Chairman Surendra Swaminathan stressed that a comprehensive economic partnership agreement between Sri Lanka and the UAE is essential to drive exponential trade growth. He noted that the recent investments, promotions and protection agreement is a milestone but must be built upon quickly. Sri Lanka launches Tech Front Fortnight. Sri Lanka has launched Tech Front Fortnight from 17th to 30th September under Digital Economy Month. Deputy Minister Engineer Eranga Weeraratne said the initiative will drive innovation, empower youth and showcase Sri Lanka's readiness for global competitiveness in the digital era. CBL expands in Saudi Arabia with Amalcom partnership. CBL Group has partnered with Amalcom Holdings to expand in Saudi Arabia. Munchie, Ritzberry and Tiara will launch wider distribution in Riyadh from November, with phased entry into Jeddah, Dammam, Medina and Qasim, covering modern trade, wholesome, food service and e-commerce channels. Flying cars collide in China air show rehearsals. Two Xpeng Aerohot flying cars collided during an air show rehearsal in Changchun, China, injuring one pilot. One vehicle caught fire after crash landing. Authorities confirmed safety measures and launched an investigation. China enters UN Top 10 Innovation Rankings. China entered the UN's Global Innovation Index Top 10 for the first time, surpassing Germany, Switzerland, Sweden and the United States, led with China contributing a quarter of global patent applications. US tech giants back UK as AI hub. Microsoft, Nvidia and Google pledged over 31 billion euros investment in the UK under the tech prosperity deal. Nvidia's Jensen Huang predicted Britain will become an AI superpower, while Microsoft's Satya Nadella highlighted AI's potential to boost growth. Google owner Alphabet to invest 5 billion euros in UK AI. Google owner Alphabet, the world's fourth biggest company, will invest 5 billion euros in UK artificial intelligence over the next 2 years. BBC reported. The funding will expand infrastructure, support scientific research and boost DeepMind, led by Nobel laureate Sir Demis Hassabis. The Alphabet president Ruth Porat said the UK offered profound opportunities in advanced sciences, citing the government's AI Opportunities Action Plan as a key enabler of this transformative investment.
SITA highlights tech role in Sri Lanka's tourism growth. SITA, the global leader in IT and digital solutions for air transport, says advanced technology will be vital as Sri Lanka targets 3 million tourists and $5 billion in 2025. Passenger growth, airport expansion and modern border innovations will ensure seamless travel experiences.
Embracing functionality and longevity. Otto Bathware, using state-of-the-art technology, brings to life ceramics. Otto Bathware lasts generations.
Leadership Watch.
Slim Pharmaceuticals appoints Riza Kasim as CEO. Slim Pharmaceuticals Limited has appointed Riza Kasim as the Chief Executive Officer. With over 30 years of experience at leading multinationals, Kasim aims to drive growth, innovation and affordability while positioning Slim among Sri Lanka's top pharmaceutical importers.
Christopher Nelson named CEO of Stanley Black & Decker. Stanley Black & Decker has appointed Christopher Nelson as the President and CEO effective 1st October 2025. Nelson, currently Chief Operating Officer, will succeed Donald Allen Jr. as Allen becomes the Executive Chair of the Board, while Andrea Ayers assumes the role of Lead Independent Director. Hassan Omesh appointed CEO of Allianz Trade Hong Kong Hub. Allianz Trade has appointed Hassan Omesh as the CEO of its Hong Kong Hub, covering Hong Kong, South Korea and Taiwan, effective 1st October 2025. He succeeds Edmund Lee, retiring after 12 years. Omesh brings 50 years of global leadership experience across Europe, Asia and the Middle East. Gulfare appoints Martin Gauss as the new CEO. Gulfare has announced the appointment of Martin Gauss as the Chief Executive Officer effective 4th November 2025, succeeding Dr. Jeffrey Goh. Chairman Khalid Taki praised Gauss's extensive aviation leadership, fleet modernization expertise and strategic vision to drive transformation, strengthen competitiveness and expand the national carriers global network. Sanjeeva Bandaranaike crowned Sri Lanka's top corporate leader. People's Leasing and Finance CEO GM Sanjeeva Bandaranaike won 3 gold awards at the CPM Sri Lanka Management Leadership Excellence Awards 2025 and was named overall gold award winner in the corporate management sector, the highest accolade recognizing his exceptional leadership, governance and sustainability focus. Mithila Vegapitiya appointed the Executive Group Vice Chairman of Laughs Holdings. Laughs Holdings has appointed Mithila Vegapitiya as the Executive Group Vice Chairman. A skilled entrepreneur and a CMO, he brings expertise in digital marketing operations and business consulting, strengthening the group's growth and transformation journey.
Sri Lanka-Singapore Business Council elects new leadership. The Sri Lanka-Singapore Business Council of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce held its 28th annual general meeting recently, with Republic of Singapore in Sri Lanka Honorary Consul General Dr. Jayantha Dharmadasa as chief guest. A Bar and Company Deputy Managing Director Janaka Gunasekara was elected President for 2025-2026. In his remarks, he outlined the plans to strengthen bilateral business ties through a trade mission to Singapore, sector-specific roundtables, SME workshops and forums on digital transformation and sustainability. The new leadership team includes Mac Holdings Group Director and CFO Tilak Gunawardana as Senior Vice President, the Overseas Realty General Manager Nirupa Piris as the Vice President, Aitken Spence Cargo's Jerome Brohia was elected Treasurer. The Council Committee comprises representatives from Air Global Limited, Ceylon Grain Elevators Limited, CIC Holdings PLC, Just-in-Time Holdings Limited, Kalhari Enterprises Limited, Spielberg Holdings Limited and Vaughan Chemicals Limited. Outgoing President Shiluka Gunawardana will serve as immediate past President, while Dr. Lakit Piris of Hemas Hospitals and Suhail Sangani of Ceylon Jewellery Manufacturers join as committee members. Prajit Balasubramaniam has been appointed to the advisory committee, with Shamil Mendes and Rohita Mendes continuing as honorary members. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to meeting again soon.